हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू स्टेनो आर्मी यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हम लोग 140 WPM पर पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट से लिया गया एक डिक्टेशन लिखने वाले हैं। इस डिक्टेशन की PDF आप डिस्क्रिप्शन से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं और अपने मैटर को चेक कर सकते हैं। और इस डिक्टेशन के अलावा 140 WPM पर इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों की प्लेलिस्ट बनी हुई है, उनको भी आप देख सकते हैं। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। गेट रेडी, 3, 2, 1, स्टार्ट। Sir, I thank you for this opportunity to present my party's views on the supplementary demands for grants 2022-23. We are meeting at an uncertain time for economic revival in our country. The economy has been laid low ever since demonetization and then shattered by the pandemic and the resultant lockdown. The star performers like tourism and services sectors were devastated and are only recovering. If the backbone of the economy, agriculture and MSMEs can be described in any one word, they are both in crisis. As I pointed out during the budget debate in this house last February, the government gave us the usual combination of high rhetoric, grand ambition, exaggerated numbers, and unrealistic targets, all diluted with underwhelming allocations to crucial sectors. The very fact that the finance minister has come back with such a large supplementary demands for grants testifies to this once again. The government has budgeted a total expenditure of rupees 39.45 lakh crore in fiscal year 2022-23. But as I had predicted in this house, spending has defeated the estimates and excess expenditure has inevitably brought her back to the house with this new request. The gross additional expenditure she seeks is over rupees 4.36 lakh crore, 11.05% of the entire budget estimates, of which net additional spending constitutes over rupees 3.25 lakh crore, including over rupees 1.09 lakh crore for fertilizer subsidy payments. In the budget speech, I had warned that the significant reduction in fertilizer subsidy by about 25% was untenable. That point has been borne out in the past year when the government has had to augment the original budget of rupees 1.05 lakh crore with an additional rupees 1.10 lakh crore, and that amount is also being breached. To remind, the 2022-23 budget estimate was rupees 1,09,242.23 crore. The supplementary demand raised is for rupees 1,09,288.95 crore. That is more than the original budget itself. I know what my good friend, the finance minister, is going to say. She will point to factors which are beyond her government's control. While the increased cost of imports, including of raw materials, largely due to the Ukraine-Russia conflict, does explain a part of this adjustment, a more than 100% increase in the budget estimate does raise the question as to whether the government is finding it difficult to wrap its collective heads around the evolving situation and is capable of charting a robust, future-looking vision. Between 2018-19 and 2022-21, India's fertilizer imports increased by almost 8% to 20.33 million tons from 18.84 million tons. Of course, we cannot control all the surprises the global geopolitics may throw up, but regardless, it is indeed a matter of concern that we are becoming increasingly reliant on imports of fertilizers. The government cannot afford to sit tight when the circumstances are favorable and then put the blame on external factors when unfavorable conditions arise. We need to be prepared, and it is a matter of concern that all the government's talk on Atmanirbharta has not come to our help in this challenging time. I would like to give one example here. In March 2022, the government mandated the revival of 6 central PSU fertilizer units to augment domestic production of urea. what is the status of these plants, what is their production, what are we doing to improve self reliance. We continue to import and she has come back for more money. The standing committee on chemicals and fertilizers, which I have just had the pleasure of becoming the chair of 2 years ago under the chairmanship of my good friend Srimati Kanimoji, found that many fertilizer manufacturing facilities are not working at their maximum efficiency and are using highly outdated technology and systems. The government has to bear the cost of this inefficiency through higher subsidy. Capital expenditure was allocated only a measly rupees 0.05 crore in the current budget. There is no addition in the revised budget and no supplementary for that. So it is doubtful that the government is in fact putting in sufficient resources to focus on the improvement of our infrastructure and capacity. The ill effects of this situation, despite the government's claims of cushioning the impact of farmers, cannot simply be wished away. The government's price protection alleviates the effect of these increases only with regard to nitrogenous fertilizers, urea, but not on diammonium phosphate, DAP, and muriate of potash, MOP, where subsidies are capped. Stop. सो गाइस, ये 140 WPM का इंग्लिश का डिक्टेशन था जो पार्लियामेंट्री डिबेट से लिया गया है. इस डिक्टेशन की PDF डिस्क्रिप्शन से आप ले सकते हो और इसके अलावा 140 WPM की प्लेलिस्ट भी चेक कर सकते हो. तब तक के लिए थैंक यू एवरीवन एंड गुड बाय.